Small Town Scuttlebutt.
On what to wear this today because it's going to be cooler, and I'm like, it's always so fucking hot in that studio.
It is.
It is.
I don't know when she's going to figure it out, Evan, but, you know.
Hey, man, it's your wife. I would have left the back door open.
Oh.
Yeah, get a little draft
so
down in the.
frost-freeze?
That's what she's never said. Debbie Downer. So, anywho, aside from the butt jokes, to kick things off, we had a great conversation before I figured out how to record things. So I'd like to just recap real quick. Liz, your son Brady had an observation about what?
So this morning when we were driving to school, we were behind a large white SUV, and he turns to me and he says, "Mom, how come all the moms in this town drive huge white SUVs?" And I just started laughing. I said, "Mr. Fink makes that observation all the time." I said, he's always like, "Oh, you stay-at-home moms and your huge white SUVs pulling into the Starbucks parking lot, taking up 2 spaces." And Brady just started cracking up. He's 12, mind you. And he goes, "But it's true, Mom."
It's totally true.
Yep.
Yep.
Humor lies in truth, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Stereotypes exist for a reason, my friends.
Yep. And that's doing like a podcast where you're like, hey, air quotes, it's a comedy podcast.
Right.
You know, going on stage and calling myself a stand-up comic, right? It puts you in, excuse me, in a different bracket where the rules are different.
Totally.
Yes, completely.
And that's why I do it. Because if I was, you know, working at Fidelity Investments in the marketing, actually.
Excuse me. You're hitting a little too close to home. I don't work for Fidelity, but I do work in financial services in the marketing department. Were you just about to say, like, I couldn't say these kinds of things because I might lose my job?
Yes.
Thanks, Rick.
Yes, Liz. I just walked into that. Well,
Jesus Christ. Trying to get me fired so I can spend more time with you?
Yes. Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Because I've wondered. Like, let me continue what I was going to say, and then I'm looking at you going, holy shit.
You're describing me.
Yeah. As your face is going, wait a minute.
I'm waiting for your punchline, and you just stopped yourself. You're like, this isn't a joke.
Yeah. It's like, no, I couldn't imagine. I just used that place because it was very buttoned up. You know, I say, not a fun place to work, but I would totally trust, you know, put your money with them. They know what they're doing. They're great. Seriously, everyone there, they're not there to, you know, like, hang out at the water cooler for 3 seconds and say hello and we'll talk about football. No, they're
not cracking jokes.
Trusts the TPAs and, you know, IRA. Anywho, there's no way I could do with this. You know, I couldn't go on stage and have someone. It would just be like forwarded, like hello. There's, but this podcast, no. I think I would get. What? Are you worried? I would be worried.
No, I mean, I don't talk about the only times I've ever talked about my job on this podcast has been in a very positive light, which I stand by. Sure. I love my company.
Yep.
Do I say things that people might not agree with or think is not politically correct? Yeah, but I don't care. I guess.
Well,
you know,
you shouldn't. But what I'm worried about is, does your employer care, or does somebody else care? That,
I mean, someone's always going to care. You're always going to find like some snitch somewhere that, you know, is being holier than thou and probably hypocritical and whatnot. I mean, there are some people that I work with who know I do a podcast. I don't think anyone's ever listened to it though. And people who do know that I have a podcast, I do say, you know, we say a lot of, you know, politically incorrect things. I curse a lot. Just, you know, if you happen to listen, just like be forewarned.
But I imagine that people know you, right?
Yeah.
And so they already, probably have like a vibe at work.
I do.
Is my guess.
I do. I don't curse at work in meetings. Which
out loud.
You're looking at me.
By habit, you don't just let one slip, man?
I will do it in a very small, like I'll do it in my team meeting because we're very close. I'll do it with my boss because she swears like a sailor.
Good.
But I won't, like, other than that, I don't curse at work at all.
But people kind of know you're funny.
Oh yeah, I'll drop a good joke. Like we were at our last offsite in Denver. We went out to dinner, and my boss's boss. We're all sitting at the same table, and one of my colleagues, she was actually taking her citizenship exam, and she was originally from New Zealand, and so she had the little book of questions. So she was like quizzing us. It was really funny, and so she said, what woman is on one of the coins. I don't know. I can't remember.
Susan B. Anthony.
Yes, but my
Sacagawea.
Yeah, no, Susan B. Anthony. It might be Sacagawea.
She's on one too.
She's on the dollar.
But John said Betsy Ross, and I go, oh no. Yes, he said Betsy Ross, and I go, she sewed the flag. And wait, this isn't going where I thought it was going to go. Can we edit this out? I forget the joke.
You know what? I say we keep it going.
Yeah, I can't remember the joke I told, but it was something in reference to not all women know how to sew, John, like whatever. And he started laughing, and he goes, apparently I don't know my U.S. history, and I'm a misogynist. I'm learning a lot of things about myself. So anyway, it's like, we have like that kind of, banter in our group or whatever. But yeah, like I'll drop a good joke. Yeah. You give me a window of opportunity, I am absolutely taking it.
So the aura of Liz just, it supersedes you.
It does. It really does.
It's great. I love it.
I mean, certainly you have a happy hour cocktail on occasion. A team win. Guys, come on, let's just go across the street after work. Does that happen?
Where, like to my neighbor's house? I work from home.
Oh, yeah.
You got any cigarettes?
You're like, Amanda and Carl, you don't mind, right?
This is cause for celebration.
Well, I was just putting out cheese and crackers for the kids. Teletubbies will be over in about 10 minutes, and then maybe we can take the parlor. What?
But I don't sweat it. I don't sweat it.
I sweat it.
Do you? I would imagine you do, because the nature of your business, right, is a very like one-to-one type of interaction. And so you probably have the people that you work with, you probably want to get to know you on a personal level or like you on a personal level or whatever.
So it's a fine line, right? You have to be relatable. So I try to keep the real estate stuff separate, unless I can kind of intertwine it in a fun and funny way. But I mean, I've been doing this for a very long time. So there's humor in all of what we do, and so it's just kind of like, trying to find that line. But I try to be all things at all times, and sometimes it bites you in the ass, and sometimes it doesn't.
Have you ever regretted anything you've said on this podcast?
On this podcast? Not yet. No, I have no reason that I'm aware of.
Not yet.
Maybe today.
Right.
Who knows?
The day is still young.
Mike, the Minister of Misinformation, should have a side tally of
things that'll get us fired.
Things that right now you're getting away with it, but they might not age well very soon.
Yeah.
That could be anything, though.
Yeah,
like any aspect. It could be something you say at a dinner party. It could be something that you say, like any. You know what I mean? Any aspect of your life.
I would rather say something and then be able to defend myself. But it's kind of like I said, you have like this aura that supersedes you. I think people that know you just kind of. They get you, know? And so I feel like it's kind of the same way with me.
Yes.
I can get away with almost anything if I smile. You know?
Yes.
It's like
you do
right.
have
throw that smile in there.
A little tinkle in your eye,
end
Evan.
Of it,
Eddie Haskell for the older folks.
Right. Like I could be like, you're a real bitch. And then and I get away with it. So anyway, and I'm kidding. I think you're great. But other people.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've regretted anything. It's okay to, people say, "Oh, Kamala Harris is flip-flopping," like that's her. You know what? Take it. We don't talk about politics, but that's an example. It's out there, and I would say, is it flip-flopping or is it growing and sort of learning and evolving? Right? We've talked about this before.
Yes.
We were against gay marriage before we were for it, right? That's not flip-flopping.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go back. You know what? We tried it. 20-year experiment. I've concluded that this is just not working to my satisfaction. Divorces for all the gays. Effective January 1, 2025.
Well, that's what all the divorce attorneys are saying.
Right? Oh, my God. Seriously.
Line them up.
Annulments for everyone born, married. Okay, whatever.
When you say flip-flop in Kamala Harris, are you talking politics or in the bedroom?
Whoa.
Well, that's a conversation for another day. Is, she's going to be the first woman president, and it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. and there's going to be a lot of double standards. Everyone's going to be confused about what's right, what's wrong. Well, if they did that, who did get... And you can't call her heels up Harris. That would be misogynistic, right? But,
no, she rubs you the right way.
Yeah. You can't call her heels up Harris. You can't, show the meme. Oh, my God, I saw one. She's with Willie Brown and some other guy, like at a cocktail, like at a night event thing. And it's like 4 men in suits at this gala, kind of circled around talking, right? Kamala, young, cute woman, up-and-comer, right? Sort of a Klingon to that group. Someone had asked with the camera, "Oh, hi, are you her daughter?" She goes, "No, I'm not." And like it just looked horrible, and it's going around, and you know what? I don't even know if it's real. Like freaking AI.
It's probably not.
But I don't know. It could be. I mean,
it is. She has a history. But anyway,
I don't want to talk about politics.
Anyway, my point there was, you can make fun of like, Bill Clinton for screwing around. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I mean...
Well, he got impeached for it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she didn't do it in, like she...
I have no idea where this conversation's going.
Well, we're talking about the flip-flopping. You know what I want to tell you? I have to watch my language, I guess.
Oh.
Because,
do you?
No, not really. But I did get appointed to a position in town, and I'm...
You did?
What?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
What is it?
Room parent.
Sucker. Your kids are old enough where you should know that that's a thankless job.
I like it.
Wow.
You would like it.
I kind of begged to be on it.
Did you really?
Oh, I lobbied hard down at Disney World.
Oh, my God. Do you have a co-room parent?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like this other individual?
Well, I don't.
You're going to have to say yes.
First of all, I don't know the person.
Oh, okay.
And second of all, this is not official. I have till Monday to accept the offer.
Okay.
So I'm going to need the weekend to think about it. But
I don't want to sound like an adult here, but I only have one. And what is a room parent?
Oh, room parents, they take care of...
Says the dad. Whoa. I bet your wife knows what a room parent is.
Well, she's a teacher.
But not just because she's a teacher.
Liz, this is why I have to do what I do. I could do 100 things with the time that I've been afforded with the stay-at-home dad position. But there's tropes out there, and there's slackers that feed into the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Such as Evan here, who doesn't know shit about the responsibilities.
Wow.
The room parent. Do you know?
I mean, deductive reasoning would tell me it's just somebody that's responsible, kind of like, tag me in, coach, I'm here to help. That's what I would think.
Okay, well, first of all, you said person, singular. No, this is a 2-person job, bro.
Oh.
This, I don't know.
Enough to handle it on your own?
I don't care if you're super mom. You're going to need some backup.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that teacher couldn't teach the lessons for 180 days without the room parents.
Okay.
Very important jobs. I'm going to take it. We have to do the Halloween party.
Yeah. Okay. What do you mean? You plan it? You organize it?
Put it on, set it up.
Oh.
Rock that. Then we do the Christmas party.
Oh.
Excuse me. Winter holiday party. It's not Christmas.
Excuse me. I'm the fucking room parent, Liz. It's fucking. I'm walking in with a 12-foot fucking
Christmas
balsam
back?
fir.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. The holiday tree.
Yeah.
And then there's a Valentine's Day party.
I'm like, what are you, Jewish? All right, well, happy Hanukkah. You know what? When people, if Jewish people assume, right, if I'm in the Jewish community, right, oh, happy Hanukkah, I welcome, thanks. I don't correct them. Yeah. I know what you mean. You want me to have a good holiday.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. But yeah, we're going to have a holiday party. And then we have the Valentine's party.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Which is a weird one. Valentine's.
I know.
It's
such
such
a holiday.
Such a stupid Hallmark thing.
But I think it's just an excuse for the teachers to not have to teach a full day and just do something different.
Yeah. They should have Earth Day. It's around the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe a month later.
This is sounding grueling.
Yeah. I've always said that room parent responsibilities are for the stay-at-home moms. Yeah. And shame on me, because I should have said stay-at-home parent. I was being hypocritical and stereotypical and feeding into the trope.
And you know what? And even when you try, you still marginalize the stay-at-home guardians. Okay, you didn't even mention that.
Right.
The guardians,
the stay-at-home grandparents. You know, because dad's not in the picture, mom's in jail now, right? So staying at grandma's, that shit happens. You didn't bring that up.
It's true.
That's true.
See, like when you're the room parent, I can say that because I am a parent and I'm in the room. So
it is a parent,
but I'm not going to assume everyone else is. You know, it's a room person until further identified.
Room person.
Yep. It's like, I'm sorry. When I go to the meeting, I'm like, hey. Everyone's a room person until identified.
Can I volunteer to be a emotional support animal?
No,
that would be nice.
But the school district's support dog, Franklin, died.
Oh, I know he died.
But they have a new one.
They do have a new one
coming in training.
Good.
Yep.
Takes 2
Boot
years.
Camp.
And the school resource officer brought a dog to Blake, the middle school, a couple weeks ago, and Avery was so excited. She's like, he came to our lunch and we all got to pat him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The kid talking, I mean, that was traumatizing for my kid. She was like...
I didn't tell my kids.
Oh,
because they're like beyond, they're older than your daughter. But.
My wife is like, honey, I have really bad news. Aww. And I was like, what? I'm like, this is bad. What happened? And she's like, the emotional support dog, Franklin, died. And I'm like, who the fuck is Franklin? she went in, told me, and I was like, oh, those poor kids. And then we told Bridget, and she started to cry.
Okay.
And that's when you need the emotional support animal.
Right. When you need them the
comes
most.
Full circle.
No longer there.
There's a premise here for stand-up. Like, what do you do when, where do you go when it's the support animal that died? Oh, shit.
Better help?
So they need like a litter or a flock of geese.
Don't want to pat myself on the back, but speaking of Franklin, he's memorialized in the 3rd grade video that I filmed, wrote, and produced.
Good for you.
Franklin narrates it.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then we follow Franklin, the Franklin cam, so it's a point of view of Franklin. It's like, oh, hey, guys.
Hey, that's cool.
That's so cute.
I'm a dog, or it's at the end. Oh, these kids are leaving. They're off to another school, but not me. I'll still be here. I'm a dog. My name's Franklin.
You did the voice, I'm guessing.
I did. I wanted Jim James to do it, but it didn't work out. Okay, Liz is looking
Sorry,
at the
I'm
watch.
Like getting Teams messages. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to get into?
Do we have any corrections from our Minister of Misinformation this week?
The minister.
Shit.
Judging by Rick's frantic poking at his phone, I'm guessing we do, but he didn't print it out.
He's like a chicken pecker too. He's like, Pick, 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 pick.
Yep.
Are you a thumb girl?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Liz.
But nobody can type faster than a preteen girl.
I just pulled that right up.
Yes. Ooh, okay. All right. Here we go. Hello, Rick, Liz, and Evan. Rick was right about Crocs being on the Idiocracy before they became popular. In a 2016 interview with Mike Judge, Mike Judge explains that the wardrobe person was looking for ways to make the budget work. They found the small startup at the time that was making the plastic shoe, and no one was wearing them. For good reason, I might add.
Yep.
They thought, these are great, just stupid plastic shoes. Unfortunately, between the filming in 2004 and the movie's release in 2006, they became a cultural sensation.
Indeed.
This has led many to consider this film to be commentary on modern society because of this and many other things that were mentioned in the film. Speaking of Idiocracy, I could not find metrics on how many viral videos were filmed on Spirit Airlines, the budget airline that is one step above Con Air. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah. Bring it back.
A Nicolas Cage vehicle.
Yeah.
Rick mentioned that he was a fan of JetBlue, and JetBlue tried to acquire Spirit in 2022 through multiple stock purchases, but that was eventually overruled by the DOJ. So Rick can continue to enjoy his highfalutin air travel without having to mingle with the peasants who fly Greyhound of the Sky.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Evan was reliving his latchkey kid memories via Time for Timer, PSAs.
Yeah.
Time for Timer was a series of PSAs on Saturday mornings on the ABC television network, starting in 1975, running through 1992. He was the self-proclaimed, quote, keeper of body time. What is that? He appeared in a 7-episode character arc that mostly focused on nutritional topics. Mike kindly sent us the original Hanker for a Hunk of Cheese PSA on YouTube.
Yeah.
Rick, the scene you mentioned about the 10-gallon hat happened at the 23-second mark. Oh, good to know.
So you saw it. You're like, yeah.
Rick,
feeling
thank you.
5 gallons flat.
Thank you for shitting on my attempt to provide a phonetic spelling of Paige. Still don't know Mike last name. Try the following. I still am unclear, Mike. Because he puts the syllables in all caps. That's not helpful either, Mike. Or sporanic. So am I saying it right? Sporanic.
Where are we?
We are right there. Second to last paragraph.
Spur and ick. Sporanic. Yeah.
Okay.
Spur and ick.
The Minister of Misinformation and the phonetic phony, if you ask me. I don't know. Sporanic?
All right. I'm going with sporanic. Once again, keep fighting the good fight. Unfortunately, the HR department at Small Town Scuttlebutt Southwest Division is requiring all of us to attend sensitivity training due to Evan's thought process when he is watching a female colleague giving a presentation.
Oh, Jesus.
Best regards, Minister of Misinformation, Mike from Mesa.
Well, thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, back to not regretting anything.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a female presenter at the next quarterly, regional conference.
Yeah, sure.
She sees you in the front row. She listens to the podcast, and you're just up there going, some creepy little
dirty dog
perv look. I think she's gonna feel uncomfortable.
The less attractive you are, the less I'm thinking about you. That's
so
pretty
ladies,
standard.
ugly yourselves up if you don't want to be leered at by Evan.
That's right. That is correct.
Conversely, if there's a guy up there, flat stomach, like the guy that gets up there, his shirts are tailored and they kind of taper in.
Yep.
And the shirt, the abdomen, the belt, and the pant.
It's one smooth surface.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like sometimes you'll see that a U.S. Marine in the military. It's like, damn, that guy's like cut. Yeah. If you see, sometimes these are the guys that achieve and become the people that make the speeches because they're I get up at 5 and run 6 miles before I eat breakfast. That guy.
Yeah.
Do you look at him and go, yeah, he's crushing it? I bet no wedding ring. He's 36. I know he drives a Porsche. Giving this presentation, a lot of tail out here. That's going to be at the at the conference. They're single. This guy is freaking the man. I bet he's the man. I should probably hitch my wagon to this guy. No, he'll make me look even worse. It'll just be such a contrast. I got to go over here. Okay.
That was very emotional.
I feel like you experienced that in real life, and you were just retelling a story.
Every time.
I'll just stand at this cocktail table and make it look like this is the cool place to hang. Let's see if anyone buys that. No? Okay. Hi, my name's Rick. Hello?
I'm the funny one.
Oh, yeah.
I get jealous of those people.
Do you?
I look, I'm like, I'm fucking better than them. I may be fatter, but god damn it, I'm better than them. I'll go walk out to my escort.
No, that's funny.
The car.
You actually
the car.
That's not where my mind went when you said escort.
I actually think about nothing but efficiency. How efficient is this person? Not that I am. This is a slow burn, podcast. I'll take my time getting to my points. But if you're up there with slides, like I got a deck, we got, bang, bang, bang. 7 words per bullet, no more than 3 bullets. Get in, get out, shut the fuck up. Any questions? Good, bye. Sit down, right? We all want to move on.
Yeah.
Also, you just went through this thing that we could see. And it's uploaded to the freaking thing, so I can go back to. I don't even, I don't. Anyway,
have you thought about public speaking?
I've done it.
Being a funny guy.
Well,
have you thought about being a funny guy?
I thought about it. I'm up there on stage. I'm like, guys, I was thinking about telling jokes tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I present a ton at my job.
Yeah.
And I live in the world of PowerPoint.
Yeah.
But I never, like, my content on my slides is really just a visual aid for the audience. Like, I don't,
you don't
say,
need
like,
it.
bullet 1 and, like, read the bullet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm up there telling a story.
Do you even have words? Or you just have the, okay.
Yeah. I try to make it more visual, but like I'm up there telling the story. My slides are just in the background as sort of like a visual reinforcement for what I'm saying.
You're speaking to this graph.
Yes.
This graph is...
And I'm like a bottom liner. I'm not a, drone on and on, this is what I came to tell you. This is what I'm telling you. I've told you this. Do you have any questions?
So you don't just like to hear yourself talk like I do.
Yeah.
And that's like, I work with people that love to hear themselves talk. And it's really hard sometimes to be in meetings with those people and to get a word in and to be like, and it honestly, it looks unprofessional too, because they're going on about something that doesn't need to be gone on about. You know what I mean? Like, you made your point.
Yep.
Period.
Next topic.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Speaking of next topic.
Oh, yeah. There's a perfect segue.
I wanted to, okay.
All right. Sorry. Did I interrupt you, Rick?
No. Yes. But now it is killed. It's probably for the better because we're talking about efficiency. And
right.
And I wanted to tell another story about efficiency. And I don't know if that's efficient.
It's not, because we already bottom lined it. We had a story about efficiency, and now we're moving on to the next topic.
You're in go mode today. I love it.
I've had 3 cups of coffee.
Jesus.
All right, you know what? Compromise. Next week.
Yes.
I'm doing
That's your week.
Yep. So I'm going to bring up, this is just a little sidebar story, but
Sure.
I was the head juror on a trial this week. And
oh, that's right. You were jury duty.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to talk about that next week.
I was chosen, and then I was chosen amongst the chosen.
Damn.
And then I'm in the back room, and I'm the one who's in charge of but anyway.
All right, that's sneak
for
peek,
next week.
listeners.
Jury
for next
duty,
week.
behind the scenes.
Wow.
And it was a criminal case, too.
Oh, boy. Can't wait to hear that one. Juicy.
All right.
Looking at the perp going, I don't know, man.
Always judge a book by its cover. That's what I say.
Your fate is in my hands, and I don't know if I like that. Okay. You. Oh, ads. Ads. And I don't want to make it sound like I didn't care about ads. I got a lovely note from Betty.
Aw.
Oh, Betty.
She's always good for a lovely note.
Yeah. She just wanted me to, just a friendly reminder that they've been knocking them dead since 1981. That's over 40
I know who
years.
that is.
You know Betty?
No, I know who's been knocking him dead for 81 years.
Wait, what?
Wait, never mind. Was this not an APC reference?
I told him to leave the bong, the 2-foot bong.
I know, I know what our topic is today, but I think Evan took it a little deservedly.
Listen, I haven't come down in 48 hours. Go ahead.
Evan, by the way, your voice, the cadence and the pitch, and it's enjoyable to listen to. Like when I hear this back, I'm like, he should get into cartoon character voices.
Do voiceover work.
Yeah, voiceover work. Yeah,
I'll look into that.
I know a guy.
All right.
Hey, listeners, are you tired of living in a space that doesn't inspire you? Time to elevate your life with Winslow Design. They're not just architects. They're masterminds behind stunning, high-end spaces that scream, I've made it. Yep. A little help from AI there. Is that good? Is that cool?
I love it.
I love it too.
Whether you're dreaming of a sleek, modern home or a cozy retreat, Winslow Design will turn your vision into a reality. So why settle for ordinary when you can have
extraordinary?
Check out Winslow Design and start living in style. Your dream home is just a blueprint away. Blueprint. Oh. Okay, AI.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't.
I
do? Your dream is just a blueprint away?
Yeah. Okay, it ties into what Caitlin does.
She doesn't do blueprints.
Well,
okay, she's on AutoCAD. She's doing AutoCAD design work.
People get the reference.
Yeah, my dad was a civil engineer. He would come home with these blueprints.
Yeah,
it'd take up the whole kitchen table.
Yeah,
or just the roll. You know.
So maybe the new Winslow slogan should be, "You can be rad with
Don't do
AutoCAD."
it.
Yeah. Well, regardless, go check them out online at winslowdesign.net. Hey, folks, ever wanted to unleash your inner ninja without the whole rooftop chase thing? Look no further than Perez Martial Arts. Actually, I would sign up right now if they actually did have the whole rooftop chase thing. That would be awesome. A deal sealer for a lot of people. I think Rolando Perez should maybe consider that. Let me start this over. Hey, folks, ever wanted to unleash your inner ninja and hopefully someone will eventually get a rooftop chase thing? Maybe Perez Martial Arts will be those people someday. It's not promising anything.
Maybe.
Whether you're looking to channel your inner Bruce Lee or just trying to avoid awkward situations at family gatherings, they've got classes for all ages and skill levels. Join today and you might just kick your way to confidence. Plus, imagine the stories you'll have at parties. Oh, you do CrossFit? Cute. I can throw a roundhouse kick, motherfucker. Beep. So, why wait? Sign up at Perez Martial Arts and turn that couch potato into a karate potato.
What's a karate potato?
Oh, you got to sign up.
All right.
Trust me, your future self will thank you. Okay?
One that's been karate chopped?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you
Little
got to go to
the diced up potato.
PerezMartialArts.com.
I would totally do karate if I didn't have so many other stupid things going on in my life. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Other,
Yeah.
I think it would be awesome. Don't you?
Yeah.
Go be able to kick some ass?
Mm-hmm.
At this point in your life, do you need that skill set?
Absolutely. Why not?
I mean, I could see doing it for like the mental and physical benefits, but not
Totally.
for the end result of being like, I'm going to take out the next mugger I see when I come out of Starbucks in Medfield Center.
No, but it makes for an awesome video on Instagram.
Right?
Totally would.
Oh, when the guy, they don't know the guy is a
Oh, I
jiu-jitsu
love
guy.
those
a
videos.
Oh, he just comes out, puts
Yes.
him in a bar hole down on the ground, and the guy just
Chokes out.
chicken
Yes.
wing. He's like looking like an idiot, and he's got 4 minutes to be held in that position uncomfortably
Yep.
until the police arrive.
I love it. I love it.
Well, 15. Well, the public gets to come around and get you on video and race to get. Oh, that's the worst.
I mean, the karate battles I've had in my head at random times with just like random people, like I could totally kick that guy's ass. And in my head, I'm doing it.
Right.
You know, but I don't know. I really don't know anything.
too much lawsuits and litigations. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
Self-defense.
No.
It was all in self-defense.
Yeah.
And then you just plant a gun on them with no serial number, and you're all
A
good.
drop piece, I think they call it.
Wow.
I watched all 6 seasons of The Wire.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't mess with you.
If you need to kill somebody or something,
Yeah.
I'm
your gal.
She's your gal. Okay.
Good to know.
So much for efficiency. You were going to start your thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you
Ready.
guys really ready?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Hit us up.
So, as you know, this week we are talking about Massachusetts and the possibility that they may legalize magic mushrooms.
Oh, boy.
What do you think about that?
Initially,
Overall,
first thing. What do you think? First impression.
I don't care.
You don't care.
No, I have an article
Yeah.
here from the Wall Street Journal titled "The Working Woman's Newest Life Hack: Magic Mushrooms." So it's a thing.
yeah.
It's like I didn't care when they legalized marijuana either. I don't do it.
Didn't
But-
affect your life.
No, but if it's something that's like regulated and whatever, that's fine. They're not legalizing fentanyl. So
Good point.
yeah, I don't. You know, I'm cool. What about you, Rick?
It sounds absurd on the, like what mushrooms, the stuff that we had a guy named Patrick from Maine come back with, and
In a baggie.
in a bag, and you know, before we could eat them, he still had to scrub the cow shit off of them because that's where they came from.
Well, they come in much different forms. What I learned from this article these days, Evan.
Based on what they're trying to
Yeah.
roll out.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. Let me give you just a quick overview of what the ballot initiative looks like. So, the Massachusetts ballot initiative for the 2024 purposes of legalizing psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms, is considered for therapeutic use. And the law would allow adults 21 and over to legally possess, gift, and use psilocybin under supervised settings. Now, I don't know if supervised settings means like you, me, and Rick go into a room, eat some mushies, and, you know.
I think that's what it means. Like if you,
That's supervision.
Yes. Like you're not allowed out until you are, like you're like you have like a shaman or whatever, or a doctor. I don't know. Like that you have to stay in the room with this certified professional.
Yeah.
And you cannot leave until they have determined that you are safe to be let back out into society. I don't know.
You know what that's called? With that confinement, that's called a bad trip.
Yeah.
You are going to be bugging out. Everyone's going to.
Yeah. Evan, you've got some experience in this area, I'm assuming.
I will tell you, I am looking forward to magic mushrooms being legalized, potentially in doses, the proper doses.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
And there is a lot of good stuff that comes along with it, too, for like PTSD, anxiety, and all sorts of fun stuff. But, I mean, I think, you know, when we were growing up, it was sort of like everything was what kids today call macro dosing.
Yes.
You know, where you're basically like eating an eighth to your face with like ginger snap cookies and something to
peanut butter.
You did peanut butter?
Yeah. But wait, I'm sorry. Kids call it
butter.
macrodosing now?
Apparently, micro and macro.
Micro and macro.
Wait, so using street drugs as intended is called macrodosing?
Well, the way that we did it.
The way we did it.
Whoa, he took a 2-foot bong hit. That's at least a week's worth of weed.
Yeah, that was a macro dose.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
fucking kids.
The thing, it's like, how did you learn not to eat so much the next time? You know, because maybe you saw God, maybe you saw something else. I don't know. But I can tell you, when I was out in the woods, we had eaten quite a bit. And then all of a sudden, you're like, when's it going to kick in? When's it going to kick in?
And then did you eat more because you were like, it's not working?
No.
Okay.
There was no need to eat anymore. Because then all of a sudden, you're there, you're like looking out. We were at the top of this cliff and we're looking out at the trees. And you just start kind of yawning and you're like, oh, it's starting to work. It's kind of like, it's kicking in and things are kind of like moving funny. And then you look off into the horizon. And then all of a sudden, the trees turn into humans and they start banging each other.
How is that enjoyable?
What? It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was horrifying.
Okay.
And then my friends were like, and then their faces like started coming alive and I'm losing my mind.
My God.
With the mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms.
That sounds more like an LSD.
No,
but it's the same. You obviously took enough where it gave you this psychedelic trip.
It was it was. I had to put myself. I was so messed up. I had to literally crawl into my sleeping bag, curl up into a ball where I sat for 6 hours, dying, and I could hear my friends. It was like they were laughing and they were in my head. And it was,
oh my God!
And I'm like, no, I got to get out of here.
I would have thrown myself off the cliff just to end that.
I couldn't move out of the sleeping bag.
Wow, that sounds
terrible. But
awful.
You're looking forward to it being legalized.
Yeah, well, bring it on.
No, I'm looking forward to proper doses. Nobody should have had to go through that pain that I suffered that night.
Evan did it, so you don't. Have to.
Evan crawled so you can walk.
But I'm sure I'm not the only one that has had those experiences. Yet I have other friends that are like, it's the greatest gift to mankind. They're walking like Jesus through the fields, and it's like unbelievable.
Now, so I'm not like a big. It's too late if you're out of college. Maybe grow up, but back then, that was the time to at least try a hallucinogenic one time. That was my thing. I was like, I'm going to... And the mushrooms were terrific.
Yeah.
But...
Like, so terrific you would do it again?
Oh, yeah.
Or like, okay, I checked that box.
Well, how do I find the... Okay, let's see. I got 2 kids, a wife.
You're a room parent?
I'm a room parent. I got to get ready for that Valentine's thing. I mean, I know it's 6 months ahead, but I got 22 moms breathing down my neck, wanting to know.
That's
who
a reason to microdose.
Yeah,
I feel like
who can bring the plates and the cups. The one time I did the shrooms, I was with my girlfriend at the time on campus.
Yeah.
the edge of a pond.
Oh.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, cool setting.
Full moon.
Oh.
It was summertime, too, so school's not even happening. We were just staying there for the summer, living on campus, off campus. So it was nice. It was peaceful. It was cool. And then all of a sudden, I see it coming toward us at like an angle. It was a sea serpent in the pond.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like the Loch Ness Monster?
It was coming closer and closer from like, from like my 2 o'clock position to my 8 o'clock position across kind of. And he's getting closer. It's closer. And then it goes, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. It was the mother duck as the head. And those bumps were the little chicks behind it, like the 4 chicks.
It's so cute.
Well, then it went into. Yeah.
I could see that.
My girlfriend at the time she was crying, laughing because I crab walked up the side of the.
Oh wait!
I was like, ah, what is that? And she's like, quack, quack, quack. I was like, oh, Rick, look at it. They're little chicks. Like, there's 4 of them. Look at them.
Oh my God.
And they're like, quack, quack, quack. They were like, then it was pretty awesome.
I could totally see how that would happen.
But like something like that, it was so,
benign. Yeah.
But it would be neat if it happened. You'd be like, oh, look at that, nature. But this was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, as I'm sure you both can guess, I've never tried mushrooms.
Wow.
I've only like smoked pot like maybe a dozen times in my life, and it was all in college.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine putting myself in a situation where I knew I was going to lose that amount of control and not be able to get back from it. You know what I mean? Like what you just described, Evan, I literally would have thrown myself off the cliff just to end that. Like I could never handle something like that.
You wouldn't be able to move. You were
I'd be in the fetal position probably. Yeah. I just have no desire to alter my mind like that because of what you just described.
Yeah.
Like not knowing where it's going to go. Like I don't understand people that do like DMT. That I think no.
What is that? Is that a party dance drug?
No, it's I think the only person that does it on a regular basis is Joe Rogan. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it's actually, is it a chemical that's part of your brain or something? I don't.
Yeah, your brain naturally produces DMT.
Yes.
For the record, I have not done it. Probably wouldn't try it at this stage of life, But I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, so your brain naturally produces this stuff, and if you take it regularly, it kind of like gives it a big boost, and you just kind of like, you go into places you didn't know existed within the mind.
No thanks.
But I mean, it's like they say you use it's something like 15% of your brain's capacity.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is behind door number 3 when you unlock all that other stuff?
I don't want to condone it, but that's the fucking amazing part of it. It's like you see things. You come very close to God. You're very like, I'm with you, man. I mean, So anyway, back to.
Yeah, I did.
You don't have to keep telling war stories about who tripped out hard.
No, well, I do have an interesting.
Obviously, you're the champion.
I mean, I am championing the the experience. I thought it was kind of funny if I'm going to throw out some names, all right? And these people are whether you think they have shroomed or are they living in the gloom.
All right.
So I'm going to start.
That's what they call it. Living in the gloom.
Yeah, is that me? I'm just living in the gloom.
Until you've shroomed.
So they did it or they did not do it?
Yeah, so are they shroom? They have tried shrooms or gloom? They're living in the gloom.
So you just try it once. It's not part of their lifestyle, but
they've done it.
Just done it.
That is correct. Okay. Yep. All right. Number 1, Matt Damon.
Of course.
I'm going to say no.
All right. Liz is a no.
I say yes.
And Rick is a yes. Okay. Number 2, John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, is that? I don't know.
Yes.
No, I'm going to say no.
60s, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Rick is a no.
60s. He was the fucking president, and then he got shot. That was his 60s. And
he also banged Marilyn Monroe.
And lasted 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had a history too, you know. Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, both yes on that one.
Although they're really into the heroin.
True.
Oh, and the coke. He was like
they had their stages. They're like, guys, so this is going to be the coke album.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to pick
Which
it up.
was 1970 to 1980.
Yeah. The heroin album was a little slow. Got to pick it up. Okay, what else?
Comedian on the list, Conan O'Brien.
Oh God, that guy totally.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Oh, and if there's one person you want to do mushrooms with, it would probably
be Conan.
I would do it right now with Conan O'Brien.
Can you imagine doing shrooms with him in like
oh my God.
in the hair,
and
the personality?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Throw Jim Carrey in that room too.
You would probably do shrooms if you could do it with
Conan
O'Brien.
walked in this room right now and he's like, "Come on, Liz, I'd be okay if you insist, Conan."
That's right. You hear that, Scuttle kids? Always look up to your idols and do whatever they're doing.
Right.
If it, how about Ben Affleck?
No.
No.
No, he's just into booze.
Yeah. He's just a drunk.
All right, that's a big fat no for Ben Affleck. You know, never mind, I won't go there. James Taylor.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you kind of feel like the musicians,
right? Yeah.
Have experimented.
I just think of him, you know, with a harem of women just hanging out in a room full of bean bags and right? Isn't that what they did? And like
a
lava lamps
in a fuzzy wall.
Yeah. Well,
there's a beaded curtain somewhere.
Yeah. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler.
Damn. I feel like she's on. You put her on the list because you'd think we would automatically say no.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go with yes. I'm doing the Princess Bride. Well, you would put the poison in front of you and switch it. That's what I'm doing right now.
What a great scene.
That was so great.
Amy Poehler.
Oh. Yeah, this one's the hard one. So you say no?
No, I said yes.
Oh, you said yes? Okay, so I'm going to go with no.
Rick goes
just
the opposite.
Just to mix it up?
Yeah, because it's a coin toss.
All right. Mocky Mock.
No.
No.
Oh, I know he was a big pothead. Yeah, I'm going with no.
You're going to go with no. Okay. All right.
Tried it just once. Just one time trying it.
I mean,
Marky Mark?
This is, I believe, publicly claimed not to have tried mushrooms.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I mean, that dude, he was a bad dude. I would say he didn't turn anything down, so that probably came across his path, and he probably said, yeah, okay, whatever. So
you're a yes.
I am, for those reasons. Yeah.
Okay. It's like Kirsten Dunst.
What?
Yes.
Come on.
Liz is a yes. You don't like the hard ones. That's what it is.
Put me down as I don't give a fuck.
Why are you resenting the game? It's supposed to be fun.
Kristen Dunst.
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Oh, we know who the president of the fan club is. Oh my God.
Wait, is it Kristen or Kirsten?
It's Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten.
Fucking annoying.
Kirsten.
Yeah, I would say no. She's not cool enough.
Rick is a no.
No offense, Liz.
I said yes because she's been famous for so long, and she was like hanging out with like Brad Pitt in that interview with a vampire movie. I think.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Yeah, but she was a little girl. Like she was like.
So was Drew Barrymore
10.
at 13 when she went into rehab. So.
Yeah.
No shit. That's true.
Can you imagine? Our kids are 12. I mean,
right?
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Rosie at Studio 54 doing coke in a bathroom right now?
Jesus.
Who are her fucking parents, man?
Losers.
Yeah.
Like, just they looked at her like a paycheck, basically. All right, we're getting off topic.
Anyway.
We're not being efficient. Okay.
Uma Thurman, last one.
Yes.
Uma Thurman is a yes. Okay, Liz and Rick.
Look at Rick's face.
We saw her do more booger sugar than an elephant could handle in
that was in a
Pulp
movie,
Fiction.
though.
But it's a movie.
But
No, heroin too.
She does
right?
her own stunts.
In Pulp Fiction, she ODs on the heroin, and then they jab her back to life with the Narcan.
Yes, with the Narcan. Yeah. All right, how'd we do?
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Here we go. John F. Kennedy. Gloom. Living in the gloom.
Well, you have to remind us who said what.
Okay, Rick said no.
I said yes.
Rick got the check mark. Liz said yes. You get the X.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon. Gloom.
Yeah.
And that was Liz gets a check mark and Rick gets an X. Steven Tyler. Check. Conan O'Brien. Gloom.
What? Oh, man.
Yep. X.
Irish Catholic, goody two shoes, went straight to Harvard, started writing the jokes. Now I'm I'm straight and narrow.
I love how 2 minutes ago everyone's like, oh,
right, totally.
Well,
comedian.
It was choose your own adventure. It's like with Conan, that was a fun one. Kirsten Dunst, it's like I don't give a shit. I don't even. Kirsten.
Ben Affleck. You were both no, and you were both right because he's a gloom.
Yep.
James Taylor, you were both. Oh no, one of you said yes, one of you said no. Rick, did you say no?
Yes.
Wait.
I thought we both said yes.
Yeah, I said yes.
You did?
Oh yeah.
I have you down as a no.
Oh yeah, no, we both said yes to James Taylor.
Yeah, I believe so. Mike, replay that one and tell us if we were right because we're not going to do it.
All right, check. Yep. Amy
Yeah.
Poehler.
Yeah.
I said yes. You said no.
Yeah, I said no.
She's gloom. No, I like your attempt though. That was
I know.
very nice. Mackie Mac. He's a gloom.
Yeah.
Yep. You got the check mark there. Timothy Leary, that's an obvious yes.
Wait, I don't remember voting on Timothy Leary.
Yeah. Which is fine because I don't even know who that is.
He was like...
He was the guy that invented... sorry.
No, go ahead. You probably know more than I do about Timothy Leary.
he was part of the CIA funded acid trips that happened out in wherever it was in California. A big LSD guy.
I thought it was Ken Kesey.
No? No, Ken Kesey.
No.
Electric Kool-Aid acid test.
Oh.
He wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
He was
He was doing the acid testing. He wrote Electric Kool-Aid acid test. Read it.
Okay. And then Uma Thurman is, she's a shroomer.
Yeah.
She's a shroomer.
Yep.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
I wish her name wasn't Uma and it was Umer, because then you could call her Umer the Shroomer.
Well, we're from Boston. We could call it Uma the Shroomer.
Uma the Shroomer.
Uma the Shroomer.
Ooh, that's a good one. Uma the Shroomer.
That's a good one.
Did we get a T-shirt made?
That's what they do, right? We should do it. Uma the Shroomer.
Uma the Shroomer.
Uma the Shroomer.
Hey, Uma, you got some of those fucking shrooms? You gonna share or what, you fucking bitch?
Oh, God, I love it. We need it. That's our new T-shirt.
Give
Uma
me
the
your
Shroomer.
fucking Kino numbers.
Oh, my God.
We just made magic.
We really did.
Fucking A. Yeah. You guys just have to go down to the fucking Packy and
Right.
just get entertainment.
Well, listen, if Massachusetts passes this law, you're going to be able to. Mm-hmm. Get it at the Packy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I guess the regular... So, for me, I guess need more information. I initially, you said, what do you think initially? I said, well, catches me off guard. I mean, all the stuff's happening in the world today. Never did I ever think would ever be a conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not even... I always get back to, like, what is a woman? You know, it's watch the movie by Matt Walsh. What is a woman? He asks these people that are making up all these things, and they can't answer the fucking question. You know, Supreme Court justice can't answer it. Okay.
I kind of feel like everybody's constantly walking around in some fucking altered reality.
Yeah.
You know? That's the world that we're living in now.
For sure.
Well,
for sure.
We deinstitutionalized the United States. We shut down the hospitals, and then in turn for those who are proactive enough or have like the supports in their private life to actually go get help and get medical treatment or get on a medication, you know, that's how the transfers, but how many people don't do that? Well, just go look at the streets at 2 a.m. and who's sleeping on it.
Yeah.
Those are the people that got left behind. But anyway, so this could, I'm all for like the good things.
Yeah.
In stuff.
Right, the benefits. Yeah, that could come out of this.
I think it's really trying to take away from the prescription drugs,
Right.
The all of the I don't know what the heck they call them.
Like I could replace my Lexapro by microdosing on mushrooms.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's this whole article that I found is essentially women. Most of this is like women in kind of high-powered jobs who started microdosing like 3-4 times a week to help with their anxiety related to the pressures of their jobs.
Yeah.
And it's not legal though. Like these women are procuring it illegally.
Yeah.
So there's a danger in that, right? Like you don't really know if something's not regulated. You don't know what you're getting. Next thing you know, you're Matthew Perry, sadly, R.I.P.
Yeah.
So there's that, which is why I feel like the legalization of it, if it's regulated, then becomes a safer option for people who maybe they don't want to take a prescription drug, or they can't get a prescription drug.
And it's natural.
Yeah,
it's
and it's
like
natural.
Legit natural, grown from the earth, not made in a lab.
Yep.
Yeah, but mercury is natural. You don't want to touch that stuff. Just because natural doesn't. Cocaine is natural.
Yeah, but it's a plant. Like I don't know.
But
plant-based.
Coke is processed with gasoline. You've never watched the shows.
I've heard.
You never taken a trip to Colombia.
You never actually went to your distributor. You always met them somewhere. Wow, jeez.
But they procure this stuff like through people that they've vetted on Instagram and different things like that, or there's like certain smoke shops that secretly sell it kind of behind
they got
closed doors, and they have I mean, these are women, successful executive level women that have drug dealers.
That's crazy,
right?
Yeah,
and I mean, and they're trying to do is just not lose their fucking shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at a little campfire by the pond in the backyard of this family's house, the little party in Medfield. There's doctors there. There's high level people, like career wise, and they're talking about the mushrooms and the connection that they have. And
wow,
they're like, and they're not just microdosing. They're like, when are we gonna have a journey?
Oh,
about the journey.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's places, I did not know this, but in this article I learned there's like retreats you can go on, and they are not inexpensive. Like $15,000 for 3 days where, you have sort of like a shaman type of thing, and you trip your balls off and it's this guided experience.
Yeah.
But again, those are illegal too. So they operate underneath sort of like a wellness retreat umbrella, but it's really a place to go to trip, essentially.
Well, that's neat. Yeah. I wouldn't do well there because they say,
sorry,
Mr.
Sorry.
What? You have to go. Mr. Fink, you have to sit down. We're into the next stage. We're about to transition. Dude, I'm having my own trip. Okay, I'm going outside. Where's the fridge? All right, hey, where are the car keys? Okay, I'm going.
You got any music?
How do you get up on this roof? All right, so we have to wrap it up?
Yep. Okay. Evan, do you have a conclusion?
Well, I guess we're going to find out in 2024 on this ballot in 2024.
Okay.
I am pulling for it because I think there's a lot of not party
right.
reasons,
You're looking at the mental health
benefits that come from it, and getting away from the prescription drugs. I think that's really important for a lot of people. But let's see what happens. So that is it. In conclusion, we'll see you after November.
Yeah, Scuttlebutts, weigh in on this hot topic. Are you going to vote for? Vote against? Share your trippy stories with us too.
Are you shroom or are you gloom?
And as usual, if you like what you hear, please rate, review, subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Recommend us to friends, family, the postman, the barista at Starbucks, whomever.
Yeah. Your nail tech.
You
can be our dealer.
Exactly. Spread the good word. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Small Town Scuttlebutt, and hit us up, smalltownscuttlebutt@gmail.com. See ya.
Far out, man.